I'm going to do a walk around of this 71 Jeep CJ5. It's the Renegade II version. Point out some of the features of the Renegade. I'm not an expert on this, so mostly what I've read. So the first thing is the box frame horns. It's supposedly a feature that was put on the Renegades. Basically a heavy-duty frame. The most obvious feature was the badging or the stripe. Like the Renegade I, there was stripe on each side. Renegade II has the center hood stripe. That's gloss black. I believe it was satin or semi from the factory, much like the decal. Okay, moving along. Renegades all came with V6, the Dauntless 225. That Jeep on the side, the black letters, it's just a vinyl decal on it. A lot of times from the factory or from the dealer, they would paint them. It's got fender flares. Those, I believe, are added. Steps probably added by the dealer, but you'll see Renegades with the steps in a lot of the publications. So the wheels or rims, they came with D slots. These aren't D slots. These are American Racing Outlaw 1 rims, so they're 8 inches wide. Moving on to the back, another feature of the Renegade, and this was the first year, and that's the solid tailgate or rear panel. Although the September of 1970 builds, almost every one of them that I've seen had tailgates, but Renegade II badging, so the September builds of 1970 did have tailgates. I don't know if all of them did or not, but every one that I've seen. This is a K-line top, not something that would come from the factory, dealer installed or owner installed. I've got a hitch on the back. This isn't stock. It's a homemade one, pretty heavy duty. It was on it when I got it. Another feature of the Renegade IIs is there's a bracket for that rear tire. Renegade I's had a swing out tire carrier. It was made by either Whitco or K-line. I think there was two different sources. And the reason is the Renegade I's came with the 8-inch wheels. You couldn't put the standard tire mount on the right rear quarter apparently wouldn't handle an 8-inch rim, so that's why they came with the swing out. So that's pretty much external features. Probably missed a few things, but we'll look at the interior next. Keep in mind, most of the features of a lot of these Renegades you could also get on a standard CJ package as an option. We'll go through some of those. All right, K-line top. One distinguishing feature of Renegade I and IIs is the padded dash. And another feature is the amp and oil gauge. This is a November build. Serial number 369518. And it's matching frames and everything. Renegades came with rear view mirror and sun visors. Standard steering wheel. I just added the padding on it. These big school bus steering wheels don't feel too good, so you put a little padding on it. Hopefully there's enough light. Another feature of the Renegades was the seats. They had the pinstripe, and this has been recovered. It's not original, or at least it doesn't even match original. Another feature that I've seen is the padding on the shift lever, the gearbox transmission. There's a lot of things on a Renegade that you could order on a regular Jeep, like the grab bar, for example. But they came standard. Padded roll bar, hopefully there's enough light, with the vinyl cover. The rear seat came with the rear seat. This isn't standard brackets for the rear seat. It's just angle iron. Works well. So that's pretty much it for the inside. Jeeps in mid-1970, they moved the fuel tank to the rear. Also, you'll see side marker lights on the 70 and 71 Ons. So that's it. From an engine standpoint, I may do a different video on the engine, but it's got the V6 Dauntless in it. There's some features to that that are unique. There's some wiring for the amp meters, 75 ohm resistor for the amp meter. So basically the wiring harness is a little different on Renegades. They all came, to my knowledge, with the track lock on the rear and the gear ratio, diff gear ratio of 488. I think that's about it. Well, probably missed a few things, but I think it's just wanted to point out a few of the features of the Renegade. Exterior. Let's shoot a different video of the interior. So this is, once again, it's a 71 Jeep CJ5. It's basically just like regular old CJ. It just has some additional badging, much like they did in the early and mid 60s with the Tux, putting chrome on it. So anyway, this is a driver, and it's been restored or resto mod, whatever you want to call it. I went through it last year, and I've been driving it all summer. This is January of 2021, so